Hey! Welcome to Most Wanted Cars Review channel. On this occasion we will review the latest car from the Ford Ranger precisely. Have you got a jet ski in the garage or a landscape gardening business? If so, 2016 is shaping up to be a vintage year. Not because global warming is extending the growing season or making UKC temperatures that bit more bearable, because we're being inundated with new pickup trucks. The Ford Ranger is the latest to land, a midlife facelift of the truck Ford launched in 2011. It goes straight into battle against the new Mitsubishi L200 and Nissan Navara that we tested head-to-head recently, while we wait for the arrival of the new Toyota Hilux and the facelifted Volkswagen Amarok. Best pickup trucks to buy now. Beyond those familiar names, pickup newcomers like the Renault Alaskan and Fiat Fullback are due before the year is out. Even Mercedes-Benz has a pickup in the pipeline, so people who tow, off-road and/or need a tough utility vehicle for work have a wealth of options at their disposal. It all means that the Ford Ranger will have a tough task holding on to the European pickup market #1 spot that it achieved for the first time in 2015, selling over 8,000 units. But in a bid to keep rivals at bay, Ford has modernized the styling inside and out, adding a clutch of the latest technology and safety features. Engineers also moved to improve the driving experience with engine and suspension upgrades. Has any of it worked? Well, the Ranger looks the part with its new grille echoing the shape of the ones found on the latest Ford passenger cars and integrating with the new slimmed-down headlights on each side. The interior has been successfully spruced too, with lots of passenger car switchgear and a new 8 touchscreen with Ford's SYNC2 technology for the higher spec versions. The usual word of warning with any pickup range applies, in that the top spec versions are substantially more luxurious than the utilitarian entry-level models. The Ranger range runs from XL to XLT, Limited and Wheeltrack, and it's only the two latter versions that get the 8 touchscreen. The others also do without the more upmarket trim finishes to keep costs down and better stand up to kind of tough use that owners tend to dish out. Ford builds single cab, super cab and double cab versions of the Ranger, with the most popular double cab body style offering 4 doors and 5 seats to the super cab's suicide back doors and occasional rear seating. You can seat 5 at a squeeze too, with the double cab having just enough legroom for a 6-foot adult to sit behind the 6-foot driver. Headroom is okay in the back, so longer journeys with 4 on board are not out of the question. All of which brings us to the Ford Ranger's road-going performance, which has improved with the revised suspension and the arrival of electric power steering. The steering makes a big positive impact on the way the Ranger drives, with enough weight and precision to give confidence at speed but a lighter feel for easier low-speed maneuvering and off-road driving. The ride is best described as choppy, but the Ranger manages to resist rolling around too much in corners and stays composed over all but the most sudden undulations. For comfort, it's not comparable with today's large SUVs, but those used to rough and ready road manners of a pickup won't find anything amiss. 2 engines are offered. A 2.2-liter TC 4-cylinder diesel with 158 bhp and a 3.2-liter 5-cylinder TC unit with 197 bhp. The latter is the biggest hitting engine in the UK pickup class at the moment, but where it feels strong on the road, particularly from low revs, refinement is an issue. The engine is okay at idle but noisy when revved and doesn't settle down much at higher speeds, where there's also a fair bit of wind noise. The 2.2-liter unit is quieter and smoother, with performance that's only a shade inferior in normal driving, so it would be our pick. Although efficiency improvements have been made, including the addition of start-stop on most models, neither of the Ranger's engines covers itself in glory when it comes to fuel economy. The 2.2-liter can return up to 43.5 mpg on the combined cycle, giving CO2 emissions of 171 grams/kilometers, but that's still not quite up to what the best rivals can muster. The 6-speed automatic gearbox shifts smoothly but blunts economy to 35.3 mpg, 209 grams/kilometers of CO2, which is further down on equivalent versions of the L209 Navara.